Good day, everyone. We are Team B here to present to you classical antiquity, ancient Greece, and Rome. A reminder to please carefully listen and read our presentation as a lot of our information will be added that is not included in the PPT. The topics that will be discussed are Greek architecture, ancient Greek art, Roman art, the types of Roman art, and sculptural imperial Rome. Other than that, different forms of art are prevalent among the ancient antiquities found. It goes to show how much we have kept our culture and traditions and the innovations among art forms. So let us move on to the discussion.
So first off, we have Greek architecture. Greek architecture is very famous for its temples. Their architectural style is divided into three: Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. Doric order was often used for major deities, especially male gods. Ionic order is used and better suited for goddess temples because it is more on the slender side. Additionally, the Corinthian and Ionic orders are decorative capitals. These are the three notable structures in Greece where the architectural styles can be seen. Parthenon has Doric columns, Erechtheion with Ionic, and the Temple of Zeus has Corinthian pillars. So for the philosophy of the era, their architecture is how it was because of their need to make beautiful temples for the gods and goddesses they worship. These ideals influence their ideas when it comes to designing structures.
Now we have the ancient Greek art, and as we discuss more details about it, we'll be going through its classifications, which is divided into four parts, namely geometric, archaic, classical, and Hellenistic. And for the first classification, we have geometric art. For 700 to 900 BC was a period where geometric patterns and abstract figures were prevalent. Along with this came the Greek city and the development of its alphabet and bordering. Also of the era's artist was Thebes, whom created the terracotta crater, and other works that were made during the time was the bronze horse.
From circa 600 to 480 BCE, the Archaic period was known for the realistic human portrayals and naturalistic styles that drew inspiration from the Near East and Egypt. Prevalent artists were Archelos and of Paraos and Sappho of Lebos, the poets, and Daedalus, a sculptor. The main literary medium was lyric poetry, and large-scale sculptures which include the male standing nude youth chorus and the female standing draped maiden chore. Black figure and red figure pottery were also prevalent. The classical period spanned over 480 to 323 BCE. It was the golden age of Greece, and here the proportion and postures were more naturalistic than in the past. The severe style can be classified as having realistic anatomy, serious expression, pouty lips, and thick eyelids. During 323 to 31 BCE, the Hellenistic period began after Alexander the Great's death, and moreover, gods and heroes are now represented using fully sculpted figures. Art forms are now inclined towards capturing emotion and motion. An example would be the Great Altar of Zeus from Pergamon.
We all know that Roman art is an expression of realism, right? The high number of Roman copies of Greek art also speaks of the esteem Roman artists had for a Greek art, and perhaps of its rare and higher quality. It evoked the pleasures of the countryside and represented scenes of mountainous landscape and country houses. I'm hoping we take insights from the topic and on to the next one. So we all know that I this is a general reminder. Stoicism identifies the path to achieving it with a life spent practicing certain virtues in everyday life, such as courage or temperance, and in living in accordance with nature. It was founded in the ancient Agora of Athens by Zeno of Cynthia around 300 BC. The school taught that virtue.
As for the history, Roman art emerged around 509 BC and lasted almost 1,000 years. Roman art was created to glorify Rome's rulers and solidify their social political power and conveys various political issues like propaganda, depicts of emperors and leadership, social hierarchies, etc. Roman Republic art was heavily influenced by Etruscan and Greek style. This period saw the development of realistic portrait and historical relief. Roman Empire. Under this, we have the Romanesque arc and some elements of Romanesque arc of persistence, especially in architectural form. And we have is the Byzantine art. It was characterized by religious subject matter, mosaic, and others focus on symbolism.
And lastly, types of Roman art. The first one is architecture. Rome's greatest contribution to the history of art is undoubtedly to be found in the field of architectural design. Next is the paintings. Paintings in Roman art is one of the notable art in Rome, especially the landscape painting. And lastly, the religious and funerary sculptures. Religious art was also a popular, if less unique form of Roman sculpture.
And here is our, as you can see from the bottom below, here's our reference that help us to complete this presentation. And for our insight to this topic was fulfilling and gave us inspiration through the history's culture's hardships, time, and effort that we are experiencing to this day. We somehow felt how determined and committed that they put in through their work. And before we ended this discussion, may I have everyone's attention, please? Let me repeat it again. May I have everyone's attention, please? Now, before we end this discussion, let us do the Lasallian closing prayer. Okay? Leave Jesus in our hearts. We say
Forever.
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 Okay. Thank you. This is Team B of Art 12, and we are grateful for your time. Take care, and we are signing off. That's all.